I picked this up at a thrift store for a whopping $6.99. These are actually pretty cheap on eBay and Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo it now and showing the current draws. Then I am going to take it apart at whatever time's in the corner there, and then go over the schematic of it in that corner. So let's start by turning this. Okay, let's see. With the thing turned off, it's drawing 0.002 amps. Now I'll turn it on. It's in, I'm just going to cycle through. Okay, there's the bright white version of it, drawing 1.43 amps. And I'll see if that's set at the maximum. I'm pushing the positive plus on this on here, and it is, so 1.43 on bright white. The warm light, it doesn't show on the camera as well, but this is basically yellow, 1.43, and then combining the two of them together, 2.12 amps, and this is only rated for 2 amps here, so it might be pegging. Now, if I decrease, tone it down quite a bit, on the warm and bright combination, it's 0.19 amps. On the white only, bright white, 0.13 amps. And on the warm, it's again 0.13 amps. So let's pop it open. I'm gonna start on this part here. It actually comes apart pretty easy. It's just got these little clip spots there and there. So get that out of the way. Here it is. Let's pull it up close. We've got 3 wires coming in. There's a black, red, and white. The black is going to this inside set. The red, I'm just going to rotate it around so you can see the traces. It looks like the red goes to the center and it, come on. Yeah, right, white background, or white mask. Well, the red goes to the center here, and that just goes all the way around it. And then the white goes to these ones. So I'm just going to take a few moments and figure out the wiring on this. Oh, and there's some resistors. I'll put a picture of the resistor up in the corner. It says 3R6, so 3.6 ohms. So let's do up the schematic of this first. I've had a good look at it. Since they are really 2 different parts. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom. So it looks like what they have is, it's a pretty simple circuit. The red is the positive, and the white and the black are, well, close to ground. And what they have is, they have the LEDs coming in like this. There's 10 LEDs per set, and they go to a 3.6 ohm resistor, then across to here. And then there's actually 6 batches of these all the way around the ring. So a total of 60 LEDs. For this side, same idea. Exact same setup. 3.6 ohm resistor. There's 6 batches of these. Oops. 10 total. So 60 LEDs. So essentially, there's no brains or computing power or anything in this thing here. All it is the LED strings. So that means the little doohickey down here is going to have probably the circuit for switching these between these or switching them both on, and controlling the amount of current that comes to these for the dimming, etc. So now it's time to pop this open. Here's that camera mount I bought in Mailbag 52-ish, and it does work quite nice. It's got a good grip on the phone. And of course the dunking birds are working away quite hard. Now, back to this thing. Okay, it's time to pop this open. I just need to lock the focal distance. This is the third time trying. I kept getting everything going out of focus. So there we go. What we have is the power coming in on this side. We got a resistor. It's a 101. We have the diode, which, well, we don't need it now, so we are not going to install it. We've got a capacitor here for the microcontroller. Then we've got some resistors, Q1 and Q0. Let's see if I can get this. I think you can see it. There we go. It's an A2SHB. That's an N Channel MOSFET. And you can see here, for the power coming in, it goes straight out onto the red, which was the center trace. So these MOSFETs are basically switching the other two LED strings and are being controlled by the microcontroller, which would control the dimming, etc. Now I'm just going to bump the camera, and then, oh, that came out easy. Here's the other side. There's a little LED right about there. And a 1,000 ohm resistor by the looks of it is connected to it. So I'm going to do up the schematic now. I may not do all the parts on the switching, because I do actually want to put this thing back together, and it might be too much underneath the traces. So here's the schematic. We got 5 volts coming in on the power. We got a 101 resistor, which is 100 ohms. We have a diode pads. No diode. Oh well. Guess I figured it wasn't needed. We have the smoothing capacitor. We have the mystery chip. Pins 6 and 7, I'm pretty sure, are just connected to the buttons. I didn't want to go in and try to figure all that out because I wanted to put this thing back together. So pins 2 and 3 go over to resistors, which determine if the LED string here and here are turned on and the brightness level. The MOSFET was, as I said, an A2SHB, so gate, source, drain. There's a nice little symbol for them. And what I did was I put the meter on pin 2, and if I turned that string of LEDs off, it went to 0 volts. If I turned it on and then adjusted the brightness, it would go from about 0.3 up to around 2-ish volts. So they're basically controlling if it's on or off by these 2 pins. And of course all the logic in here. Pin 4 comes out to the little LED that was on this side. And then it goes underneath everything. So there's the circuit for it. Pretty simple, actually. Now I just need to put it back together because I will use it. But I will not be using it for making videos in the sense of mounting the camera in this location, because what I found was when you had it all set up and adjusted around, etc., what would happen is these lights would actually give so much reflection off of even a black surface that it just looked horrible. So that's it for this one, other than reassembly, and have a good day. Bye.